Hey guys, this is Sam here with South Hills Lincoln. So let me tell you something, because people are kind of losing it over this. The other night, Lincoln unveiled a concept vehicle, okay, at the Pebble Beach Concours d'Elegance. I hope I pronounced that right. And people are kind of going crazy about it. Everyone seems to have some opinion on it. We're not talking about just some futuristic SUV, EV like the Star, which is a big deal that they still have yet to put something into play over. Here's the thing. This is a 20-foot long, two-door, and perhaps assertively autonomous EV coupe that they're going to call the L100. But the thing is, and I've talked about this in our video about the Star and the 2022 Navigator having gull-wing doors, for concept vehicles, for mass production purposes, these vehicles tend to be often very far ahead of what's currently practical, doable, and cost-effective for the customer and the make, and much more. They really tend to be a statement, for Lincoln at least, of this is kind of, you know, something we thought of. So in this video, I'm going to answer some questions, some a little bit more trivial, some a little bit more complicated about this vehicle. But first off, where did they come up with the name L100? This one's pretty straightforward. Lincoln was founded by a guy named Henry Leland in 1917. Fun fact, I don't know how many Lincoln salespeople know this, but Lincoln is actually named after Abraham Lincoln. Henry Leland really admired him, so he decided to name his own car company after him. Back in the day in fourscore, right? Well, in 1922, Lincoln was purchased by Ford. That was 100 years ago. 100. Around then, Lincoln put out their first model. It was called the L Series. And the L100 is supposed to be a tribute to the L Series. Of course, these two vehicles would not look alike from 100 miles away, no matter how long ago Lincoln was acquired by Ford. But I suppose this is really Lincoln's way of saying this is how far we've come, and this is the direction we intend to move toward. Some could say that this EV is more of a direction than a vehicle, but that's how they came up with L100. The next question is, what's different about this vehicle? Okay, so, you know, Sam, EV, electric vehicle, everyone's doing this. A two-door coupe, everyone's doing that. What is so special about the L100? This was their shot at emphasizing the passenger experience like never before. From the inside, it looks like an open floor luxury living room. The first and second row both look like couches. The floor is a screen. Yes, the floor. From the chest up, sitting down, what you'll see is almost entirely glass for as close to 100% visibility as possible. There is no steering wheel. There are no pedals. If you do need to drive instead of the vehicle, you can use a mini model of the car, what they call the chess piece, that rests on a small center console screen, the chess board, to operate the vehicle. The size is also something else. Mind you, the length of this, it's about 2/3 the length of a limo. And it's not considered a limo. And it has two doors. How big are the doors? The next question is, why would they make a 20-foot coupe? I want an SUV, Sam. It doesn't seem that Lincoln is entirely convinced doors that open unconventionally, like gull-wing, suicide, scissor, what have you, are really the best fit for their vehicle. Seeing as you might have noticed on the 2022 Navigator concept, and the fact that Lincoln made less than 300 of the Lincoln Continental Black Label Coach editions, my most straightforward answer is I'm not sure. But I try not to mention competitors often in these videos, but the Cadillac Celestiq comes to mind, being the new flagship in EV format of their sedan models. But that's partially why my best guess is, given what I also just said, should they make this vehicle, it would end up with 4 doors. The next question is, will they make it? And when? Let's talk about how likely this is first. The Star is one thing, but we're in a chip shortage right now. And I'm sure you guys can imagine how much technology will realistically have to go into that massive floorboard screen, as well as the autonomous driving. Many dealers have been asked when things are going to go back to normal. I don't know if this information has circulated enough online, but automakers don't actually even want things to go back to normal. At least the way they were before, because aside from the supply shortage hurting them, the custom ordering of vehicles ramping up in popularity has helped them enormously. So when the supply shortage is over, most manufacturers actually want about 50% of new car sales to be specific custom orders by customers several months in advance. So this is not just Lincoln and Ford we're talking about. This vehicle is likely going to take them years to be able to mass produce. The features are incredibly far from where Lincoln is now. Chances are they will make the Star well before they make this. That's my guess. That'll probably be late 2024 to early 2025. But Lincoln did say by 2026, they plan to add 4 new electric vehicles to the lineup. The first 3 of which, for all you people like me who are extremely impatient, are actually coming out in 2025. This one could be the 2026 model, but we're talking several years, should they or would they make it? And the last question is, if they make it, how much will it look like this concept? I can't say much about the inside because much of the technology and mechanics are far more complicated to put into action than just the look of the exterior, but on the outside, Lincoln seems largely committed to a certain pattern of design for the next decade, and that includes this vehicle. This does make sense to say too, because in 2021, they had another concept called the Anniversary, which looked a bit like the L100, and earlier this year, there was the Star, which also looked a bit like the L100, and that was an SUV. Since around 2019, 2020, and you can look at their vehicles too and how they've changed around that time to now, you can tell that Lincoln has started to find a consistent sweet spot in having vehicles that all follow the same design pattern on the outside. And I suppose on the inside too. This very futuristic destination is probably where they're headed next, but that's to further state their interest in emphasizing the power of sanctuary to their and our customers. But let me know what you guys think of this thing. Doesn't this look cool? Let me know in the comments below. I love to hear what you guys have to say. And at the moment, this is not something that they're accepting orders on, because you guys know me, I would have stopped the video like 18 times just to say, if you're interested in knowing one of these, give us a call. But that's what this part's for. If you're interested in taking any of the current Lincoln vehicles for a drive, or if you have any questions about them, give us a call at 724-941-1600, and always ask for Sam or extension 522, and I'll take it from there. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to give it a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. Stay safe and enjoy the rest of your day.